Are we back? Did I send you a? Let's see what I have here. I was multitasking, so I wasn't ready to come back live. But you do tell me I'm coming back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, there's a lot of talk. Who leaked the memo or the notes for the President of the United States when he made the phone call to Vladimir Putin? Who leaked that out? Now, I am, I think, there's a lot of diversion. I wish more time was spent this morning, okay, on the timing of when this $1.3 trillion spending bill is coming up for a vote. The phone call to Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia or dictator or whatever he is, the media going crazy over it, okay? It is Putin Day 2 on the other networks. And they're so upset because Trump has said so many things bad about, Don Lemon and I forget the other CNN guy and Chuck Todd, but he will not say anything bad about Vladimir Putin. He has come out against or said negative things about British Prime Minister Theresa May, Angela Merkel, but nothing about Putin. So there's the MSNBC theory that if he does and Russia calls his loans, the Trump organization's loans are called, Trump could be bankrupt, really bankrupt overnight. So that is what is Putin Day 2. But who leaked the memo that said, okay, in bold type, do not congratulate Putin? Who did that? Well, we're finding out the leaks in the White House are, it's prepared, the notes, the talking points are prepared by the National Security Advisors, okay? And it said, don't congratulate in big, bold letters. But how did that get out to the media? The deep state? Who is the National Security Advisor? McMaster. Put a picture of McMaster, okay? McMaster is a National Security Advisor, all right? Now, H.R. McMaster is the National Security Advisor, and they put together the talking points or the points that need to be addressed, steer away from, or move the president towards saying when they get on the phone with a foreign leader, okay? This is happening right now in this country. This is happening. This just came out. May want to stay away from this. You don't want to get on the phone and say, hey, how are you doing? And you don't realize something has taken place. So the National Security Advisors prepare this. But it was leaked out to the media. I wonder if H.R. McMaster had anything to do with leaking this out. The talk just the other day when Tillerson left, this is supposed to be next in line gone, H.R. McMaster. So it's to be next in line gone according to some reports. So I would like to know, now you have Ben Sass. You have Ben Sass from Nebraska. You have Chuck Grassley, 80-year-old senator. I think he's from Iowa. I wouldn't talk to a criminal. They're all bent out of shape. Putin is a criminal. He's a no-good criminal. It's like when you take a boot and squash ants and then congratulate the boot for squashing the ants. All of that is out there. They're up in arms over that. Now, the president got busy yesterday tweeting, and let's go through the president's tweets rapidly here, and let's do that now, because I want to get to Illinois in just a minute before our next, maybe right after our next break. But tweet number one. Let's go to tweet number one that the president has put out, and this is his way. Give me just a second. My computer here is having that morning. It takes a minute to get woke up. It's cold. All right. My computer is cold like outside. My pictures are coming up. I just can't read those tweets across the room, and I don't want you to have to read them there, man. There we go. Is that number one you have up? Special counsel is told to find crimes. This is the President of the United States. Special counsel is told to find crimes, whether a crime exists or not. Well, we know that. I was opposed to the selection of Mueller to be special counsel. I am still opposed to it. I think President Trump was right when he said there never should have been a special counsel appointed because, let's go to, because this is Dershowitz, okay? There was no probable cause for believing that there was any crime, collusion or otherwise, or obstruction of justice. So stated by Harvard Law professor Alan Dershowitz. All right, so that was yesterday at 7 a.m. yesterday morning. That was tweeted out about the special counsel. Let's go to number three. You ready? I called President Putin of Russia to congratulate him on his election victory. He says, I called him to congratulate. In the past, Obama called him also. The fake news media is crazed because they wanted me to exonerate him. Excoriate. I'm sorry, not exonerate. That would be wrong. They wanted me to excoriate him. They are wrong. Getting along with Russia and others is a good thing, not a bad thing. Next one. They can help us solve problems with North Korea, Syria, Ukraine, ISIS, Iran, and even the coming arms race. Bush tried to get along, but he didn't have the smarts. I told you that. I told you that yesterday. Bush tried it. Obama and Clinton tried it. They all tried it, okay? But didn't have the energy or chemistry. Remember the reset from Hillary Clinton? Peace through strength. So Trump obviously feels he can bolster the military. He could show that we're going to make a massive investment, billions of dollars, and increase the military spending. He is trying to pull a playbook out of Ronald Reagan's time when peace through strength meant outspending the Russians. There's a difference here, Mr. President. I do want to bring this up. Peace through strength. Now, the national debt was nowhere near, okay? Was nowhere near where we're at today when Ronald Reagan said peace through strength. Let's stay there just a minute because, you know, I'm a supporter, Mr. President. But if you want to outspend the Russians now, we are going to have to outborrow them in the world to do it. Now, Ronald Reagan, I want to stay for this just a minute, okay, with the Russians. Ronald Reagan went to Reykjavik and stood up with Gorbachev and said, I will see you later. Ronald Reagan stood there and said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. All right? Ronald Reagan knew that the Star Wars program, he had Gorbachev believing no matter what they sent up in the air, that we could blow it out and know it was gone. He bluffed Gorbachev. He knew what he was doing, and we were building stealth technology at that time. I mean, we were building planes that we were bragging that would not be picked up, or sensors cannot be tracked by any radar. And we built up a military, and you want to talk about military parades. We may not have had a military parade down Pennsylvania Avenue for Ronald Reagan, but we had a military buildup, and we had a marketing plan around the world letting them know. You guys see, you keep thinking a military buildup is right here on the continental United States. We built up the military all around the world, our U.S. military, bolstered it up, and the Russians could not keep up with it. They could not financially keep up with it. The USSR could not keep up with it. They collapsed. The only thing I want to say, Mr. President Donald Trump, when you say peace through strength, you do not have the same things available to you that Ronald Reagan did. I just want to remind you of that, okay? Our Senator David Perdue here in Georgia, many others. The biggest threat to our national security is what? Our debt. We have to, if we were to get into some really big, okay, offense, if we were really to have, I mean, Iraq, I mean, what did we fight? All right? Syria, what did we fight? Afghanistan, what did we fight? But if we were to get in a serious war that involved a Russia, a China, somebody really serious, and we had to start mass producing tanks, and we had to start mass producing planes and any kind of weapons, we got to borrow the money, we got to borrow the steel, we got to buy the steel, we got to buy raw materials around the world. It's peace through strength. I'm with you, Mr. President, but that just want to let you know, the arms race, okay? I don't know who would go broke this time. But anyhow, everybody, he tweeted out. Let's go to tweet number 5, the President of the United States. Got $1.6 billion to start wall on southern border. Rest will be forthcoming. Mr. President, I would have left that tweet. I wouldn't have hit that tweet button, okay? I think you could have got all 26 billion, 25 billion. Got 1.6 billion to start the wall on the southern border. Rest will be forthcoming. Most importantly, got 700 billion to rebuild our military. 716 billion next year, most ever. I'm just telling you, I don't want to attack, but military spending and the increase on military spending does not get me quite as excited as it does everybody else. All right? Had to waste money on Dem giveaways in order to take care of the military pay increase and new equipment. Right there. Had to waste money on Dem giveaways in order. So I'm not okay with it, Mr. President. Just got to be straight. I don't believe in wasting money and calling it a Dem giveaway whatsoever. I don't believe in wasting a dime. I believe you hold out and shut the place down. Okay? It's tweet number 6. Democrats refuse to take care of DACA. Would have been so easy, but they just didn't care. I had to fight for military and start the wall. I had to fight for military and start the wall. He's trying to tell you in this $1.3 trillion budget. And the Democrats don't want to fix DACA. We know that. We know they don't want to fix DACA. They do not. All right? Moving right along, let's go to tweet number 7. Remember when they were saying during the campaign that Donald Trump is giving great speeches and drawing big crowds, but he is spending much less money and not using social media as well as Crooked Hillary's large and highly sophisticated staff? Well, they're not saying that anymore, right? So I don't know if that's Cambridge Analytics, all right? So, and we're going to take a break, but before we do, let's put our picture up of our theme this morning. Smoking Joe and Donald Trump, the gloves, they got the gloves, they're in the ring, they're ready to go. I wanted to go through the Trump tweets. We will go through and check out what new the President of the United States has tweeted since we started the show. And then I want to talk just a little bit about Illinois, okay? It's so interesting. I mean, because I will tell you out there, no matter what state you're in, we'll exempt New Jersey and California. But no matter what state you're in, it's like, you know, no matter what problem you have today, all you have to do is take a quick look into Illinois, and then you think to yourself, you know, I just don't have it that bad, all right? So, take us to break. We'll come back, and I do want to do a brief segment on the state of Illinois, and don't forget Puerto Rico. What's going on in Puerto Rico? We'll tell you right after this.